I'm going to give you a meditation for stimulating the second chakra, or the navel point. So the navel point is where our chi is generated at. Okay, so it is a generator machine of chi. Okay, so when our navel is disaligned, basically our whole chakra system is disaligned. And when our navel is disaligned, we don't feel safe. We don't have a footing with our life. And when we don't have a footing with our life, it's very difficult for us to feel secure within our body, and for us to get empowered, and for us to be intuitive, to be powerful. Okay? For us to move energy through our chakras. So when we talk about moving energy through the chakras, a lot of times it is from the navel that gives us this boost or this elevation to our entire chakra system. Okay? So I'm going to give you 11-minute meditation that can really help you to align your maybe misaligned navel, so that you can start feeling more of a footing, so you have more contact with the earth. Okay, so we talk about the earth, the elemental, the stone, which is about ancient wisdom, it's about ancient knowledge, it's about sort of ancient practice of mastery. Okay, and also gets you aligned with your higher chakras, which is about you are feeling intuitive, you have access to your inner compass, and you also have access to your heart. Okay, so you're feeling more heart-centered, and therefore you're feeling more magnetic, you're feeling more radiant, you have this fulfillment within yourself. Okay, so, and this is also help you if you really you need to stand your ground. Okay, if you really need to stand your ground, the second chakra will help you to stand your ground, and it'll also help you to clear away really what happens when we're misaligned in the second chakra. Our pelvic area is usually misaligned. Okay, and that kind of misaligns our whole spine, and then that really makes us weak. Okay, so when we're weak in that sort of manner, we don't really know how to stand up for ourselves. We don't really know how to, in practical terms, make life happen for us. And we don't really have the nerves. You talk about the nerves or the grit to get the things we want in life. So the go-getter is the second chakra, okay, the navel point. That's the go-getter. That's the manifester. That's the alchemist, okay? That's the impact. That's the command, and that's what gets us the will to overcome. And if we don't have that, our life is just one kind of whiplash. One kind of roller coaster that is just painful. So here we go. So I kind of have music in the background, so I'm going to be kind of doing it to the beat, but you can play your own sort of music, okay? Yes, here we go. So it's just long, deep breathing. The eyes are going to be closed, but you're going to be looking just a little bit at the tip of the nose through just the closed eyes, with a little light coming through the closed eyes, okay? Looking at the tip of the nose. And you're going to be almost as you're clapping. So your hands are a little bit like this, okay? So they're not directly facing each other. There's a little bit inward where the thumbs are kind of a little bit inward. I don't even know. You can just see my hands. I'm like, inward, what does that mean? So we're just going to be here. You can kind of feel the navel point, okay? Which is here at the below the belly button, okay? So get into your own rhythm. It's as though you're clapping. There's a lot of fierce energy. You're really stimulating that area. This is also good if you need to energize your navel. So if you're feeling powerless, or if you're feeling like you don't really have command over your life, okay, like it's just some big roller coaster whiplash, you don't know how to stand your ground, this will help you to stand your ground. Get your footing, get your contact with life, and feel more secure. With no contact, we do not feel secure. We feel like we're at the mercy of environment and circumstance, and we never want to be at the mercy of environment or circumstance. We want to be the command, the demand, the impact, the magnetism that's able to move and shake the environment, the circumstance into our will. And that's the navel. So when you're speaking from your navel, you're speaking from the revolutionary inside of you. You're speaking from the reformist. You're speaking from the true creator. That's your creator inside of you, is that navel. It's also your gut. So if you have a poor gut, you have a very poor will. And therefore you're easily seduced by all kinds of things. Like I said, you're seduced by circumstance and environment to give in, to cave into whatever you're presented with, or whatever is your challenge. But whenever we are revolutionizing this planet, moving and shaking our lives, it's from the impact, the command of our navel. So you might go slow like this, okay? I go fast because that's what feels rhythmic to me, okay? But we all have our own sort of rhythmic velocity. So kind of play with it to see what is your rhythm. If you have a song, usually go with that beat. If you're in the quiet, find a rhythm where you can feel the surge of energy aligning. So it's really, it's in clap, like really hard. Again, my thumbs are almost tilted slightly inward. And if your second chakra is misaligned, your pelvic is usually misaligned, your spine is usually kind of misaligned, and therefore your shoulders are misaligned. Therefore, the way you walk is misaligned. And you don't feel quite safe or secure or confident when your whole body is kind of disjointed or off alignment. Standing your ground in life is standing aligned in your embodiment. So I give you this meditation because I don't want you to be at the mercy of circumstance or environment. I want you to have a command over your circumstance and environment. When you have such a command, you have sovereignty. You're able to think for yourself. When you're able to think for yourself, you're able to live for yourself. I want you to lead. I want you to lead. Because more than now, or more than ever, we need people who have command over their sovereignty, over their circumstance, their environment, their life. So that instead of giving into anger and rage that leads to commotion, impulsive, reactive, negative, pessimistic, powerless, we have the will to make a new choice. A choice that comes from our sovereignty, that comes from the place deep within ourselves, the heart, one of the deepest parts of our bodies, the heart, where we are able to actually make choices for humanity, a true strength. It doesn't start at the heart, it starts in the navel. And then that gives your heart a lion heart, a roar of impact, a roar of command, a roar that moves and shakes the jungle. Everybody knows when the lion roars that something is going to happen today. Something is going to happen today. Don't have a heart that hides in the shadows, fearing life, fearing love, fearing death, friendship. Have a heart that is able to roar over fear, over death, over love, over disappointment, over defeat, over failure, over mistake, and roar for the reform of our lives, so that we're never stagnant, we're never stuck to our mistakes. There's always an open door available for us to make a new choice. Inhale. Hold the breath. Press the tongue on the upper palate. Feel the energy between the hands. You should feel something. Spine is tall. You can pull in Mula Bandha gently. Feel the chi. Feel the energy opening. Feel the energy opening. It is opening in your second chakra. Feel that surge of impact, that surge of command. Feel it roaring through your body, roaring, giving you the will, the empowerment to, instead of follow the circumstance, the environment, into a life that you may or may not want, but to follow the leadership of your sovereignty that is able to find windows and doors like a puzzle, like a labyrinth, and able to find solutions, able to find avenues, hidden ways, hidden portals, hidden just ways of getting through, that helps you to have a breakthrough. I can feel it. I can feel it. Exhale, inhale, exhale, feel it. Oh, I feel feel it so much. I feel my hands are almost frozen in time. I feel I'm like almost frozen. Complete stillness. So this is your powerhouse. So when you see people who are they are just a powerhouse, it's because their navel is surging energy very pronouncedly. When you're ready, we're going to bring these hands to the heart. We're going to send some of this impact magnetism to the heart. The heart is the strongest electromagnetic field current of our entire body. So we're going to put some of this energy into the heart. Woo! Really feel the fingertips, like the middle finger at the sternum. Imagine it's at the direct center of your heart chakra, where it is soft pink. The outer is dark pink. Getting into the inner, we get into light green, we get into soft pink. Gentle pink like rose quartz. As though you are pulling against your fingers, as though you're pulling your heart open. Feel the pull. You're pulling your heart open, as though you're going into your rib cage or you're going into your sternum and you're just pulling your heart open. Imagine a light shining through your heart and know that you have the safety, the security, the discernment, as well as the protection of your navel to keep your heart safe. The navel, when you have footing, when you have contact, you know what you're doing. You know what to do. You know the choices you make must come from the roaring of your heart, or it leaves no impact. It leaves no reform, but more confusion. More judgment, more opposition, and more weakness. Long, deep breathing. So you're pulling your heart open. You're doing it with your fingers, like you're almost like you're digging into your heart. So you're digging into the depth of your heart. Let yourself dig into your heart. Let yourself get to know your heart. We always want other people to dig into our heart, to learn our soul. How about we learn our soul? How about we dig into our heart so we can know what's going on with our heart? The tongue and the heart are the same tissue. So what you speak from your mouth is what your heart is speaking. So if you're speaking all kinds of stories and narratives about things of hate and shame and self-hatred and blame and victimization, your heart is a victim. Feels a victim. But simple courage can help us to understand. If it's not us, who is going to do it? If it's not us, who is going to stand up? Who is going to pioneer? Who's going to be the next frontier? Who's going to be the next leader? Who's going to be the next voice of reason when all is just confusion and chaos? Who's going to be that? If we're waiting for somebody else, we may be waiting lifetimes. Let the heart roar. Let it roar out. all of the pain, the grief. Speak it in the heart through the opening. You're venting it out. You're venting everything that you were told about yourself, that you're ugly, that you're fat, that you're stupid, that you're a loser, that you're worthless, you're just, all this stuff. Vent it out of your heart now. Open it, vent it out now. So that your heart can breathe more deeply. And so that your words, the way you speak, can breathe more deeply. Instead of being a sting. Let it be a roar of courage over the danger, the steep slopes, the misfortune, the hate, the greed. Let it roar for that. Let it roar for that. Okay, now we're just gonna place the hands on the face. I'm just gonna do a couple sighs. My eyes are open. I'm looking straight ahead of me. I'm looking straight ahead. Looking beyond the fear, the doubt, the environment, the circumstance. I'm looking right into the eyes of my strength. I'm focusing on that strength, whatever it is, that strength we all have, to instead of cave into disease and all kinds of stagnations, focus on that eye of strength. Feel it, see it as a person, call it into your body now. You see that person? Who is it? For me, it's Tabras. Who is your person most wise? See it now. Pull it into your eyes. Pull those eyes into your eyes. Become those eyes. Press into the face. Pull those eyes of your most wise, intelligent, compassionate self into your eyes. Bring it into embodiment. Become it. Inhale. Exhale. And there you go. So what we just did, we just moved energy. We just moved some energy around. You may feel it just by watching this video. You'll feel some energy. So that's kind of, the kind of what we're doing. We're moving some energy from the navel to the heart up into what we call this arc line space. Okay.